Good evening, Wilmington, Delaware. This is E-Live. This is show 7. I want to say that this is a divine show. We're in the streets now, and we want to move forward, and we want to talk to community activist Big Key. I'm quite sure everybody know him in the city, but we want to talk to him tonight, and we're going to try to get some insight. How you doing, Mr. Key?
Doing pretty good, man.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We want to get right into it, man. And I know the city is hurting, and we want to touch on this violence. But Key, how can we move forward, and what can we do? What can we start doing? Because, you know, we have to listen to the community.
Right.
And you're in the community, and that's what we need now, is a voice. So your voice is important. What can we start to do to move forward in the city of Wilmington?
To move forward in the city of Wilmington, we got to put aside our petty differences. When you look at so-called leaders in the black community,
Yes.
we have to look past our egos and start to unite. And then once we do organize, we have to come up with a plan. It's going to take a lot of us. It's not just one individual. And a lot of us think that if we wear an S on our back, that we can't stand in line and just hold a sign and be part of the numbers. But if we want a real change, man, we're going to have to humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God, and He'll exalt everybody in due season. No man is a team by itself. There is no I in team. So until we start looking at us, then we'll be able to, really do something.
That makes a lot of sense what you're saying. Key, what do you have going on right now? How can younger brothers or younger women get in contact with you? As a community activist, what do you have going on in the city right now?
Yeah, what I do in the city right now, man, is I try to really wake up the social consciousness of the black man, and not to even put it past not to, racism, discriminate against the Caucasian, but right now, my main concern is the black man in the community. And what I do is I try to organize, get other black leaders to come together on one accord. I just had the 1,000-man march, and I wanted black leaders to come out and lead out in the opening so we can come up with some solutions, not just to organize, fight the power, and then go home, but what can we do in the community as organizers and leaders for, like you said, your daughters and sons that's coming up behind us. We have to police ourselves.
Yes.
We really can't look towards no one, really, when you look at it.
Exactly.
Even though I just said go to the politicians and do this and that.
Okay.
If we're not willing to stand up, me and you and the rest of everybody that's out here, really, it's no change going to take place. And I really want people to hear this message right here, man. And let's start organizing. Let's start uniting the fight, man, because even in Johannesburg, over in Zimbabwe, they want to come over here and get into what we're going to. They seen the brother Bam in the wheelchair getting shot.
Yes.
But right here in our own community, we can't even get together to help out the youth that's taking place, that's coming up, man.
Yeah, it's serious. It's serious that we move now. We have to impact our communities now with good culture. The culture that I see now is a bunch of, I'm doing me. How can I get me? I need to go get what they got. I need more. It should be, how can I help you, brother? How can we come together? How can we police our kids, ourselves, before the police police our kids? We got to get back to that.
And you know what, too, what you saying that right there, man, and I just said organize, but you know, brother, you got a lot of crumb snatchers out here, right?
Yes.
And we have been conditioned in our mind to keep looking for these grants or for somebody to drop something on the black community, right? So then you start developing Al Sharptons and Jesse Jacksons and people of that type of nature. If we don't look to them, if they don't get the money, then we're in trouble. And then when they do get the money, they steal and rob from the community. So you're developing an envy in amongst the leaders that's going on right now, and a lot of money is going to different channels and this and that. And truthfully, be honest, brother, that's why we're in the condition that we're in, because the government, and they got it set up that way, the 501, the 503, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. And as long as we keep looking for them to do something for us instead of connecting our own money, you see what I'm saying? Because the black man is the #1 consumer almost, but we're only 15% in the United States of America. So how could that be? So if we can consume, we can produce. And until we get together on it, because we don't need nobody to drop no grants on us. we're working, we consuming. Black Friday is coming up. We're going to spend all our money with that. We can take that right there and own okay discount. Just offer that right there.
It's funny they call it Black Friday. Isn't that funny?
Black Friday is when, you know, brother, when they put the slaves on the auction block.
Well, we're talking here tonight, and feel free to talk. This is L.W.U.M TV.
Right.
We speak about truth and facts.
Right.
That's what this is built on.
Okay.
Only.
Right.
So whatever you're feeling in your heart, the public needs to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Because you have a voice. Your voice is important for our community.
Right.
Public, we're going to take a break right here. This is an important show. We're going to move around We're going to move around the city, and we're going to get answers with Big Key. And I just want to tell everybody in Wilmington, Delaware, this is Show 7. Stay tuned. We're going to take a break. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Are you looking for the internet station that does it all and plays it all? Are you searching for more of the hit music you love to hear? Tired of hearing the same 10 or 15 songs an hour like you do on most commercial radio stations? I believe I have a solution, one that will suit your ear and conveniently travel with you on the go. Check out the all-new 100 Do It All Radio on 100doitallradio.com and the mobile app on iPhone and Android app stores. Based out of the Delaware Valley, hitting you worldwide, 100 Do It All Radio is also showcasing the area's top DJ talents. Hear your favorite artists, past to present, and all the hits. Artists, labels, and music affiliates submit music or press materials to radio submissions at 100doitallradio.com. To advertise your brand or business, email us now at advertisewithus@100doitallradio.com. 100 Do It All Radio.
Good afternoon, Wilmington, Delaware. This is E Live, and we're back again. We're at 23rd and Carter. We're in the city of Wilmington, and we're still talking with Big Keeb, and we want to move forward today on this afternoon, and we're going to touch on businesses. Keeb, how can we address our issues to the businesses that are in our communities? How can they move forward in helping our communities? Because they do run a business here. They make money. We support these businesses. So how can we maybe open up some type of outreach to them where they can jump on board with helping us?
They can help us out by supporting financially, not so much as their time, because when you look at it, back in the day, we had mom and pop stores.
Okay.
And we had basketball teams, football, baseball, whatever was the case. And now that a lot of Oriental, a lot of Indians, a lot of Pakistanians are owning these stores now, the neighborhoods have now become dried up due to the lack of funds, resources.
Okay.
And the biggest part that they could play is donating financially, because we really don't need them to come out here with us, but we need the financial support from them.
Now, I asked that question to get to what I'm getting ready to say. Is that a problem with other nationalities coming into the urban areas and setting up stores and then taking the funding out of the urban areas? So what do we need to do in our communities going forward with the businesses that are sprouting up?
Well, that is the main problem that we have in our community. That's one of the main issues of different nationalities coming in, taking our money and leaving. I said it before, even down to the EBT card.
Okay.
You know, it's government. They get money back from the government, so they're being paid.
Oh, they do. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
This is all education.
Yes.
I want to educate my people on all phases, you know, and down to the little. So you saying that EBT card is in return reimbursed with real dollars?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's the thing. When you have them being reimbursed with real dollars, we just see it as a plastic card going across the table on us getting groceries. But what we're lacking the vision of is they're actually taking the money out of our communities. Some people sell their EBT cards for cash, so we have to remember that it is a cash value. There's like 3 commodities that we need. We need food, shelter, and clothes. And food is a main part. You see, most of the businesses that's in here basically deal with food. They don't sell us clothes. They might sell us a hat, a pair of gloves, or something like that. but it's dealing with food. So we eat, in return, we get cancerous food from them in styrofoam containers. But yet, even on top of that, they take our cards, our EBT money, and our welfare checks, and our food stamps that me and your uncle and grandmother or brother or sister have worked for. So it's not a handout and it's not free. Without the welfare system, the country wouldn't even be able to run, because there's money in the birth certificates. That's what they do. They sell us to China. So even going all the way back to China, you got the China man in our neighborhoods doubling up on us without us getting a nickel.
Now, I asked all that. Now I'm going to ask a tough question. Is that the same thing as Murder Town coming to Wilmington and making profits already on the urban communities? Because statistically, the urban communities is where all the killing's going on, correct? So is it safe to say that Murder Town coming to Wilmington will be making profits off of our situation? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got my ear to the streets, and what I hear a lot of mothers say is they don't want Murder Town label or the movie or the series or whatever it is to come to Wilmington, because I'm only saying what the streets say and how I feel because I live in it, that they will make a profit off of their loved ones who have passed and long gone. They say they will come and give jobs. How many jobs can you give off a movie series other than standing as an extra? You know, if Jada Pinkett or any other of them really wanted to do something, they would tie their money into the community and produce businesses. Give us our own ShopRite. Give us our own AutoZone.
Okay.
Give us our own McDonald's.
Okay.
We're more than capable of being self-sufficient if we're given the opportunity.
Okay.
And what they would do is they would come in for a hot second and put this label on us as Murder Town, and these young brothers and sisters living here will try to live up to that image, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. Whatever you speak, it goes forth, just like God spoke this world into existence. So words are powerful.
Yes.
So we cannot let that label go upon us. Just like these tattoos I have on me, they're irremovable. I can't remove them.
Okay.
Once they come on me, they stay.
Okay.
But it's just like I told a brother, I said, the devil is so slick, he will give you a gun and then walk off. And as you begin to do what you do, you're stuck in that situation. He has moved on to the next one, like in the book of Job. He goes to and fro. It doesn't matter who he gives this message to.
Okay.
So as he gives the message to Jada Pinkett, they take it, drop it in our community, and then walk away. And then we're still left with intense, because Wilmington, Delaware is a place that is looking for identity.
Yes.
Country rap comes in, we're country rap. New York rap comes in, we're New York rappers. So we don't have an identity.
Okay.
And the devil knows that. So he will come with a false identity to label on these brothers and sisters. We will take it and run with it, and forever will be called Murder Town, USA.
All right. I would hope that the executive producers, I'm not going to say Jada or Will, I will hope the executive producers, knowing that they sold the script already, they got paid. So I'm hoping that they did their research. And what you do in your research, that you will understand that we're a broken city,
Yes.
a hurting city,
Yes.
and we've lost a lot of people in the process. Family members, trees.
Yeah.
I say trees
Yeah.
because you cut a lifespan
That's
off.
right, that's right.
So I will hope that they would see the light and not just open what you said, but come and open true community centers.
Yes.
And they could put their name on it.
Yes, they can.
But to have those pools back open and have the community centers alone,
Yeah.
I think it would give the kids a place of refuge,
Yeah.
somewhere to go, if that makes any sense, kid.
Yes, because I think it was Will Smith or Kevin Hart that gave a school, let's just say, I don't know the numbers, 1 million laptops and computers and
Okay.
stuff like that.
See, that's
So
where we're
if
going
you,
with it.
If you come like that, then maybe we'll be more acceptable, whatever comes to the table, even though we still don't like the label.
But that's where I'm going with it.
Right.
Change has to happen abroad.
Right.
And if I'm not saying I'm for Murder Town, but if it has to come,
If it's gonna come.
what are we going to get out of it in our communities? So me, Eshawn Davis, E-Live, I want to see libraries, pools, community centers reopen. if Murder Town comes here, and I said it. We're going to move away from that,
Right.
but I had to touch on that piece
Yes, sir.
because it's been brewing in the city.
Yeah, it is, man.
And you know, L.W.U.M TV has been labeled the new black CNN, so we want to live up
Yes,
to
sir.
that name.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
That's cool. That's
okay.
cool.
Okay. Moving forward now, and I hate to keep talking about it, but I got to get back to it. What can our young black brothers do to finding different things and different routes besides picking up a gun? I gotta keep talking about it. I gotta keep expressing it because we need leaders like you to keep putting your voice in front of this camera.
You know, I'm glad you asked that question because, I'm not even going to put it on the young brothers.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on us, so to speak.
Okay.
We have to give them avenues and venues where they can express themselves, because really, when you look at the young brothers and sisters that's out here, their adolescent mind can't comprehend what's real. They only see a false bravado. So they're going to go to this because that's what's being displayed to them, even as we say Murder Town, USA. But it's me. That's why I'm out here combating so hard for this, because I see now I'm settled. We were speaking earlier about being a 22-year-old kid to 19, now the 45-year-old kid.
Exactly.
It's settled now. So us being settled,
Yes.
we have to give them the outlets. And nobody has all the answers, but if we sit down collectively
Yes.
and begin to share and brainstorm with our, amongst ourselves, then we can come with a perfect plan for these young brothers, not to speak at them, but to speak with them and give them a platform and really listen to them.
Yes.
Because a lot of people go to them, but they already have their plans, what they think this should happen. And most of them are politicians. This is what we think should happen, but you're not living in East 23rd Street. I'm in it. So that's why I can speak the way I speak.
Okay. Well, now that we're on that subject, how do you feel about the politicians that are in Wilmington, Delaware? Also, I'm going to ask, how do you feel about the pastors? See, these I know are people that really run Wilmington, Delaware.
Yes, sir.
In a whole.
In the whole.
From the politicians with all the legal and the pastors, because we have faith. We're big on faith. So I want to ask that because you're a big leader in Wilmington, Delaware, and you're moving forward into great things. And that's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about the politicians and the pastors in Wilmington, Delaware right now?
Well, I have to cut it straight and I have to be blunt. I spoke on Channel 28, and what I spoke from was the church getting off its lazy, fat butt. And I broke it down in, I believe it's Jeremiah or one of those books in the Bible. I'm not a theologian, but I do know it's in there, like Prego. And it says, I will make your bones fat in a drought. So the church is fat, brother. The church is eating real good. See, the church has the power and the authority. They have the authority to operate the power because that's what God said he would do. He would give us the authority to operate in the power. So we have Jesus. But peep game to this. The church is the #1 eater in the city far as financial. You go around the offering plate every time and stick your money in the plate. So the black church, I'm not going to say about the other church because I'm black. I'm speaking from where I am.
Yeah.
The black church has the financial power to change the whole city of Wilmington. Then you said the politicians.
Yes, I did.
They are in legislative positions to change laws.
Okay.
And when you look at it, to me, 99.9 is black officials up in office.
Okay.
Now I know the numbers ain't gonna be that, but to me,
Let's
that's
talk
all I
about it.
see, right? I see that. So they have the power, the legislative power to do things. The church has the financial and faith power, as you said. If they was to come together, that's why you always see the black man raising the fist, because in unity there is power. If I slap somebody, the power is good. But if I punch somebody, lights out. So we have the power for lights out
This is
in the
beautiful.
city. We control it. We do, but there's a lot of petty differences going on, and a lot of pastors have ego problems who can't just come stand in march and hold the sign. If they're not at the forefront, they don't want to come because they haven't been invited to speak.
Well, we're talking today. McKee, we're going to cut this segment right here. It's time for us to take another break. L.W.U.M TV, this is really interesting. I don't want to break. I want to keep talking. But we got something interesting for you guys when we come back from this segment. We got to pay some bills with L.W.U.M TV, and we'll be right back. This is E-Live. We back. We're downtown at the City County building. We're here with McKee Booker, and we want to announce something to you guys. And now's the time to announce it. Mr. Booker, would you go ahead and announce to Wilmington, Delaware, soon to the world, what's going on?
Yes. My name is McKee Booker. I live in the 3rd District, and I will be running for City Council coming up this election season.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's a wonderful thing. We're going to support you and we're going to back you. Now that the public knows that you're running for the 3rd District, what is the future going to be like if you're elected City Council of the 3rd District?
I believe the 3rd District and the other districts will have a ray of sunshine and hope, because in my district, I'm going to be touching on real issues, not just the sidewalks and the neighbor got trash over here and there, but the crime that's taking place, the black-owned businesses in the community. And I will be really, so to speak, pushing that agenda on all the city councilmen, because I believe they've been sleeping on the job.
Okay, okay. Well, I think it needs a breath of fresh air. They always say change is good.
Yeah.
And it's time to change. I think the murder rate is very high.
Yes.
That has to change. How would you attack that?
It's very simple, but I'm going to say something before, because I want to cut in a little joke. The reason why the Republicans are going with Donald Trump, because he's a breath of fresh air, and they love him.
Yeah.
And that's what this city council needs here. Not to say I'm like Trump, that ain't no way happening. But to get into the inner city, I believe that you have to get jobs poured into the city. Okay. And I went off track a little bit. What was your question again?
Well, I wanted to know, how would you combat
the
exactly
the crime? And it's so basic and simple. It starts at the mayor's level.
Okay.
Because he has the power to hire and fire police and fire chief. He sits down with the police chief and tell him how he should deploy the police officer. Everybody's calling for more police officers, but that's not what we need.
What do we need?
We need the officers to do their jobs correctly. But it starts at the mayor, because nobody can move them unless the mayor. But we have to lean on the mayor to make a move, because we always got to fight him on all the decisions being made in the city. But it's as simple as this. In my neighborhood, which we just left not too long ago,
yes,
if you sit a cop car on the corner of East 23rd Street and sit a cop in another vicinity on the north side, I believe in the hot spots, if you just sit cars there, there will be no need to arrest people, because the crime will be prevented, so to speak, like this. Back in the day when we used to hustle, we used to respect the neighbors. No longer do we respect the neighbors anymore. So with that police car being set there, now we have to say, hold up. We can't just do what we used to do out in the opening, so we had to bring a level of respect.
Sort of like a deterrent.
A deterrent. Yeah. And they don't even have to get out the car. Okay. If I know the officer's there and he's sitting in his car, no longer will I deal and do things out in the opening. And on top of that, this is how basic and simple this one little thing is. If a cop car sitting on a corner, and I was speaking to the officers one day on my steps, I heard 10, 15 shots. Bang, 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 bang around the corner. They waited maybe 3 minutes before they took off and went around there. But on top of that, let's check this one out. If a cop car is sitting on the corner and somebody shoots and they speed off or they run by, you would catch more criminal haphazard than you do if you was to investigate. Just your presence being there.
Yeah. So, is it safe to say that when I asked the leaders, because I've talked to Attorney General Dent.
Yeah, me too.
At a Stop the Rally movement.
Yes.
And he told me, if you have issues, take them to your leaders. But when I take them to my leaders, they say their hands are tied. So is it safe to say that you will be more engaged?
Yes. Because I'm the type of person, and this is just the integrity within myself, like my mom and pop raised me, is to deal with stuff head on and to deal with the truth. I'm very transparent. If it's me or if it's anyone else, and if I'm wrong, I'm the first person to say I apologize. I apologized to a girl, Mills Dirty, who worked for Siege Violence. I was out of line, I was out of character. I went back to her. God wouldn't let me sleep at night. So the integrity that's within me, well, it compels me to move in certain directions and to hold people accountable such as myself.
Okay. Okay. Well, we just want to, being as though you're coming out and you're letting Wilmington, Delaware know that you're running for city council, the 3rd district, which I think is a wonderful thing. We just wanted to get an idea where your head's at.
Yeah.
And we wanted to take the time out to say thank you
Thank
for
you.
the interview, Key.
Yes, sir.
We know that you roam around the city and you try to help so many families with their lost ones. I think that's a powerful thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're not looking for no personal gains off of it. And I gotta say it. Unlike the Al Sharptons that I see, that's we can't have that.
Yeah, we don't need.
So
we don't need
I want to thank you from my heart for all the families that you touch.
Right.
Keep doing what you're doing, and this was a wonderful.
Yeah, I
this was a
appreciate y'all
blessing.
too, man.